Watch this. You're going to be like so super impressed with this. This is high tech is what I'm saying.
Talk is cheap. It's overrated. My actions speak what I'm actually saying. In the end, what you do, that's gonna hang around. I said talk is cheap. It's overrated. My actions speak what I'm actually saying. Cause in the end, what you do, that's gonna hang around. Well, I've said a lot of things, don't amount to nothing, nothing, nothing. Well, I've heard a lot of things. Well, I've seen a lot of things. Well, I've said a lot of things that don't amount to nothing. Oh, well, I've heard a lot of things. Well, I've seen a lot of things. Well, I've said a lot of things that don't amount to nothing.
Hello. Welcome to Talk is Cheap. This is episode number, Alex, what episode number are we on? 33. My gosh, it's episode 33. Thank God I have somewhere to store all my information. I store it in Alex's brain because that's where I need to store it right now. How are you guys doing tonight? It's really good to be here on Talk is Cheap, the show where you get what you pay for. We still have no budget. We have nothing coming in is what I'm saying. Yeah, that's right. But we do tonight have an amazing show for you. Amazing guests that you're just, and we have the Chewy Cam. So we're just going to, because remember last week, if you were here with us last week, you saw Chewy was not being very obedient, even after his little dosage of quiet moments, not a sponsor. Anyway. But he's had them tonight, and they've kicked in. Let's check on Chewy. You guys want to check on Chewy? All right, we'll do it. There he is. There he is. Nice and adorable and sleeping, hopefully. Yep. Quiet moments have kicked in. That's right. They're doing their job today. They definitely didn't work last week. That was a crazy, crazy show. But tonight is a different show. We have some super amazing, fun guests. We have Frank Santarelli in the house, you guys. That's right. If you ever watched The Sopranos, you've seen him. And we have Natasha Mashel. She is our career coach. And after this COVID thing, I might need a new career. And my guest host, well, I'll tell you about him in a little while because he's going to be with us. But I want to say hi to everybody. Let's see. Sharon's here. Hey, Sharon. She says, here's Rhonda. She thinks she's my Ed McMahon, which is very sweet. I don't have an Ed McMahon, so that's nice. Tom is following instructions. He said hello in the comments. Thank you, Tom. We appreciate that. That's really sweet of you. I'm very fortunate that you're here. Janine. Hey, Janine. Janine was with us a few shows ago. Hey, Janine. She says, hello. Oh, my gosh. And we have the very happy John Corey is here in the audience. He's in the studio audience. And he's also here just in case Chewy does not behave. So that's cool. We're very happy about that. So last week we talked about what to call our audience, the people that are watching the show, and we came up with like the cheap talkers, the cheapskates. So we need your input. What do you want to be called? You just let me know. You can post whatever you want in the comments, and sometimes I'll even read them, and sometimes I'll even put them up. I know, right? How great is that? Anyway, we are going to kick off the show with our co-host. You might have seen him before. This guy was deaf until he was 40, and he wasn't even faking it. That's right. Until he had cochlear implants, and now he can hear. Let's hope we can hear him today. We've had some technical problems once before, but anyway, he is the co-founder of Funny for Funds. It's an organization that helps people and organizations raise funds using stand-up comedy. You should really have a fundraiser with Funny for Funds. They're awesome. All right, for his second appearance, get ready and welcome the very funny Mike Murray is here.
Thank you, everybody. Please be seated. It's so great to be welcome back on your show. Apparently, you're running out of guests to have on the show, so I thank you. And it's I had such a good time last time, and so thank you again. And you're doing a great job. 33 episodes.
33. Mm-hmm.
So and you passed out the sanitizer to every guest, correct?
Well, we fight. Ding. I'm sorry, my hearing bells. We actually fight over this. You know, we the Rhonda Corey comedy, 100% clean comedy hand sanitizer valued at $5,500. You'll be playing for that tonight. So.
Right. So you've given at least 33 out.
I have given at least 33 out, and sometimes I'm nice and I might give it to, the other guests. Depends how I'm feeling. You never know.
It's great swag. And when we do get back to the comedy stage, I would imagine you would order some more and then maybe put it in your set and then maybe give them out with an autograph for like $10 a piece.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's going to definitely be part of my merch,
Supply. It's all about supply and demand, Rhonda.
Yeah, well, right now. Well, and the good thing is these didn't come from Mexico or anything, so they're not lethal. So you can use this on your hands and not get sick.
And I will be giving out a roll of toilet paper to all the guests on the show.
that is so sweet. My gosh.
It is charming.
Just like you. You are very charming. Anyway, let's see. Ann Webb thinks John is funny. He is he's something, that John. He is something. And Nick says, good to see online. He's hardly ever on social media, right? I know. He's saying that you're never on, Mike Murray. Mike Murray has his own show. It's called the Mike and Brad Show, and that's on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. on Facebook Eastern. Am I correct?
You are correct, and we're about to get canceled. Yeah, so we're doing the same thing you're doing. We're comedians trying to just stay out there with some content, make things light in these crazy times, and that's our job as comedians.
Right.
That's our job. And so we do enjoy doing the show, and Brad, I think, has been on this show too before with you, and it's always a good time. I love your format. This is great. So your fans are definitely getting their money's worth.
Yeah, they're getting exactly what they paid for. That's so true. Yeah, and there's ways that you can follow Mike too. I just want to make sure I bring that up. You can go to funnyforfunds.com if you want to book a fundraiser, Funny for Funds on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. He's also Mike Murray on Mike Murray Comedy on Facebook and Mike Murray Comedy on Instagram. Am I correct?
I really don't go on Instagram, but the best way to get in touch with me is Mike Murray on Facebook. There's a million Mike Murrays, but my profile picture is me going like this. So you'll find me.
Yeah.
So, we got a lot of people from Rhode Island watching, so we got friends in common, so I should come to the top, Mike Murray. So that's it. But it's not about me tonight, Rhonda. It's about Natasha and Frank. That's
true. Yeah, it's not all about you. It's a little bit about you, Mike. That's all.
Not tonight, Rhonda.
Almost came out. Yeah, so Natasha will be on very shortly, but I think it's time to check the Chewy cam. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. Let's check Chewy out.
Let's check the Chewy cam. Let's see how
I love the just Chewy Cam. I was like laughing. I just thought that I didn't see that coming.
You never do. All right, here we go. Oh, wait, I saw a little twitch on Chewy. He's also got the fan on him. Someone thought he had a nervous tick from the quiet moments. That was not true. He's got the fan on him, and it does make, like his little ears or whatever, hits the tail. He doesn't have a twitch. I'm not drugging my dog. This is perfectly legal. So
check the dog's pulse, please.
He's fine. He's breathing. You can see him. I don't want to touch him because I do not. You know how they say, let sleeping dogs lie? Please, let's do that. Hey, Chris Young says, hola. Chris was on our show a couple of shows ago. I don't know. I lose track of days. I lose track of shows. I lose track of everything. And Sharon loves the Chewy Cam. She says, cool, which it is cool. It's very cool. I love the Chewy Cam myself. We couldn't have it last week.
You need a John Cam.
John Cam. Look, can you hear him? One day, I think I'm going to have a studio audience behind me. I can have like 2 people sitting on the couch behind me. What do you think of that, Mike?
Yeah, and then you can give stuff away too. Like you get hand sanitizer, you get hand sanitizer.
Oh, that's too many hand sanitizer. There's only 2 people that can fit on the couch, probably. Plus social distancing. We gotta take it easy. I don't know. I think it's time to bring up our pro tips expert today. Are you ready, Mike Murray? All right. She thanks for that drum roll. That was amazing. I don't know how you're not in a band. She is passionate and a dedicated career coach and talent optimization consultant. Try to say that, Mike Murray. She's coached and advised leaders globally. So not just here in Rhode Island, like globally. Yeah, all over the place. She's been serving clients ranging from CEOs and their leadership teams to professionals looking to make a career change. We might have to.
That's us.
Yeah, I know. That's us. For the past 15 years, she's been doing this. Please welcome the very beautiful, talented, intelligent, all the things that, we need here on Talk is Cheap, Natasha Machel. Yay. Oh, yes. That's how you do it if you can't hear, right? So I get that. I know that, Mike Murray. I knew that. See? I think you just said something bad to me. Anyway.
No. That looks like the Italian salute. It's thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome is the same move.
Really? Thank you and you're welcome is the same thing. And it does look like something else.
You gotta put the rainbow. The more you know. The more you know.
Okay. Thank you for that. Well, Natasha, welcome for your very first time here on Talk is Cheap. We're so excited to have you here because we're all comics. And as you know, there hasn't been a lot of demand for comics out there on Talk is Cheap, out there. On Talk is Cheap, yes, we need comics here, but that's the only place they've been. There hasn't been a lot of shows, right, Mike Murray?
That's right.
Yeah, so we need you. We might need you personally, but I'm sure there's people out there that are looking for a little change or looking for something, and
I like to call it reinventing yourself. Reinvent yourself, but now it can be challenging, Natasha. Correct me if I'm wrong. For like somebody who's like 57, that's the new 85, right? So I feel I can work with the best of them and I can do any job, but 57 might go against me these days, I think, so it would be challenging, but I'm funny. If somebody wants me just to sit there, you can laugh all day, I'm your guy. And
that's right.
6 figures, I'll do it.
That's right. Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. I to be able to have an opportunity to just laugh, and especially during this pandemic, is just wonderful. And so, yes, it doesn't matter if you're 57 or 87. If you have something valuable to offer the world, it will be welcome. So that laughter and that humor is so needed. And I'm just so thankful to be able to be on the receiving end tonight also. So thanks so much.
Yay. Well, all right, start us off, Natasha. What do you have to tell the people out there tonight?
Well, I think first and foremost, no matter where you're at in your career, hopefully you have utilized this time during the pandemic to ask yourself, do I have an opportunity to do what I love? Just being on this show and watching just even Rhonda and Mike interact with one another, it's so clearly evident that humor is something not only they're good at, but that they love and they enjoy. And in our country, even before the pandemic, there's less than 2 out of 10 people who will say they get to do what they love every day. So what that means is that many people are dragging themselves out of bed to go to work. And that's, to make a paycheck, to provide for their families. And so prior to the pandemic, I was really helping people to find, what is it that they really love to do? What is it that, when they're doing it, time seems to fly by. And now with the pandemic, so many people are forced out of work that they have an opportunity to ask themselves that question. Hey, I need work, but I have the luxury of time to really be able to invest in myself and say, what is it that I really love doing? And many people don't know the answer to that question. And so one thing I like to encourage people to do is look at their life and look at every job they've ever had. And really just ask yourself, what job did I love the most and why? And, what was I able to do that before doing it, I was excited about, and after doing it, I was energized. So that's what I would encourage the audience today. Anyone who's finding themselves out of work or finding themselves really drained every day when they're going to work, begin to ask yourself these questions. And hopefully you'll begin to identify, what it is that is life-giving versus, really draining you.
Right.
So,
can you name those questions again? So the first question was?
Sure. The first one is, look back on your life and every job you've ever had, even as a teenager.
Okay.
And ask yourself, what did I love the most about those jobs and why? If you can identify that and then go a little further and say, okay, what specifically was I excited about doing? And afterwards, it also gave me energy. What was it? And if you can identify what that is specifically, then when you're pursuing another job or even maybe a different job within your current company, you're aligning yourself with those things that bring life to you. So those are the two questions that I would encourage everyone to ask themselves, whether you're in a job that's a dead-end job that you feel very unfulfilled in, or you find yourself unemployed and wondering, what's next? What do I do next? Yes, optimally, you want to be able to find a job that provides for your family. We all need finances. But how much more so to be able to provide for your family and also feel excited about what you're doing, feeling like you're doing something that's bringing value to others. So those are the two things that I would encourage everyone to ask themselves.
Yeah. So like somebody who's was a warehouse worker for the past 25 years and lost their job because of the pandemic, and looks at that list and says, hey, you know what? when I worked for the parks department when I was in college, I had a blast, and that's it. You go after parks department jobs, like working outdoor recreation, and that's it. And that's basically what you just said. So you can pinpoint what job you absolutely love. But with me and Rhonda, we love doing comedy.
I know.
What I'm trying to say is, you are now booking our shows for us.
That's right.
Exactly.
And I'm not going to have a problem doing it.
Thank you for that. We really need that. It's true though. You know, I had stood on stage one time. I had tried stand-up comedy, and I literally felt like so alive that I just felt so alive. And I don't know. I can't explain it. It was like, this is what I want to do. Like, this is what I want to do. And, you know, I started to pursue it after that. You know, of course it takes a long time, and I'm still, you know, I'm always working at it. But Mike, you know exactly what I mean. There's nothing like it.
There's no way to explain it either. And even the worst shows are pretty great. Because they have something behind it. We take something from it. So I had one comedian tell me one time after a real bad set, and we like to say it, where I ate it. So we ate it, and we crashed with and he said, get as many as those as you can, because that's just going to make you stronger, and it really does. It really, really does. But I do like that analogy, like or that strategy. I mean, to go back, look at what you're doing, look what you did, which one you did so much that you loved, and that's it. Why not go back again with all the life experience that you have behind you now? And how cool will that be on a resume when you're in the interview saying, you know what? I look back at my whole career, and that was the job. I am the right person for this job. That's a great strategy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think too, you know, to your point, you talked about, losing a job and working in a manufacturing and all of a sudden looking, what did I really love doing, and remembering in college that I really loved working in Parks and Rec. Go that much further and say, what about working in Parks and Rec did I like? Oh, I love the fact that it was something new every day. It might have been I had to do this day. I love the variety of it. I loved interacting with people. Or it might have been, you know what? I loved being on the backside and being able to look at what was done, analyzing, really asking yourself those deeper questions. Because some people might say, oh, I love people. Well, okay, what do you like doing with people? What do you like? I mean, and what kind of people do you like to be around?
Yes.
You know, if I'm a social worker, I love being able to help people go from a place of good to better. You know, I love being with people who, what kind of people do you like to be with, and what type of job is going to enable you to be with those type of people? Or, so it's getting more specific, and also finding that passion. You have both found that passion. Many people haven't. You've been on the stage. You've known what's brought life to you. And, even before, for myself, I mean, I had a different, route I thought I was going to go in my career. And I found myself working in a recruiting firm in Boston, and ended up working with a client who he was an executive level in a pharmaceutical company. And he just said, I'm making plenty of money, but I'm not happy. And me being able to say, well, what's going to make you happy? What is it and him looking way back when he was in high school and kind of starting this old little business. And he said, I want to start my own business. And as I started to interact with him, I realized that this was so life-giving to me to find out what is it that brings life to you. And so I found my passion that way, and then ended up getting certified in coaching and just helping people to get really clear about what brings life to them, and doing the hard work to say, okay, I'm going to take the risk and I'm going to step out on that stage. Or, wow, I'm going to take the risk. I'm making a lot of money right now, but if I don't take this risk and start my own business, I'm going to regret it. Come after I'm done retiring, and I know that I'm going to say, I wish I had done it. And, stepping out. So anyway, that's what I'm really passionate about. And I just want to encourage everyone who's really down in the dumps, who's maybe unemployed, that this could be sort of a gift in disguise to be able to really realign yourself with what you were created to do, what you were meant to do, and just to go for it and do it with all of your heart. And
And you have the time now
Right, now's the time.
Research and talk out, see what type of resources you have and everything. You're like a guidance counselor for adults.
She's awesome. And you know what, Natasha? Let people know if they want to follow you and get in touch with you, they can do so. Natasha Mashel Career Coaching on Facebook and LinkedIn. So definitely check out Natasha. We talked on the phone for a while, and you really know how to probe and get to the bottom line. And I love that. So we definitely want to have you back on. That was just a little bite-sized piece. And we're so thankful. Thank you, Michelle Van Dusen, for putting up those questions so people can see those. And Natasha, thank you for spending time on Talk is Cheap.
Thank you.
We'd love to have you back. It was awesome.
I love that as well. Thank you so much.
Yay! All right.
Okay.
Yay!
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was great, huh? Wasn't it?
That was. You know what? It was really cool because it really is as simple as that strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to tell people, you know me, I'm a positive person and everything. I've been telling people myself this whole pandemic, hey, and no kidding, even myself, looking at myself, all right, I got to look at that. I got to at least venture it. At least, how can I reinvent myself?
Yeah, exactly.
But I do say, and you hear all the greatest motivational speakers, they all say the same topic. It's basically along the lines, how can you monetize your passion? Right. What can you do? So our passion is to be on stage, making people laugh, or just passing along some great info in a motivational speaking gig. But we basically monetize what we love to do. Like we started out in the beginning, we were just doing for fun. It was like, hey, this could be some sort of a career, and this is the way I'm going. And I'm sure you've heard the same thing. I'm sure you heard this line. I remember my very first night on stage. It was in front of 200 people at Twin River Casino.
Wow.
And my wife came up to me and said, "This is where you belong."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I was 45.
Mm-hmm. I know. I started at no. Oh, must have a bad connection. I'm sorry. I started at. I can't.
How old exactly were you?
I'm sorry. There's something wrong with the tech. I couldn't hear you. All right. So Tom said that was good advice. It's true. And Janine said that was so good. Great tips to think about. So that was awesome. Janine Boyle's here. Say hey to Janine. Janine is Timmy's mom, and she's awesome. Thanks for joining us, Janine. All right. Are you ready? We can't wait any longer. To bring up our featured guest. He's a stand-up comedian. He's an actor. He's performed on stages across the United States, He's probably even gone out of the country. I don't know. I didn't check that on him. He's been on Conan O'Brien, not once, but twice. That's right. And you may have seen him on Meet the Parents, that movie, Meet the Parents, or you may have seen him as Georgie on the Bada Bing. I like to say that, on The Sopranos, but you've never seen him on Talk is Cheap. But you are going to today, his very first appearance. Please welcome our friend, Frank Spinarelli is here. Frank! Yes! Oh, yes.
Hello.
Hi, Frank. How are you?
I'm great.
Good. We're glad you're here. Oh,
Are you on the Mass Pike right now?
Where are you, Frank?
I'm sitting in my car.
Oh my goodness, you're the I don't know why, but your sound is a little off. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Are you having snacks?
It's really garbled on this end.
Really? See, it was fine before.
Totally
But-
garbled on this end.
Yeah, it's a little garbled on this end. I
That's
have an
okay.
idea. We're gonna have
I
you
will-
leave and come back. How's that? All right.
I will
I've
interpret.
done that 3 times now. It's still not working.
All right. Well, want to try it one more time? Third time could be the charm, Frank.
All right, here we go.
All right. He'll be back. Gosh, poor Frank. That happens, you know. Tech problems happen here on Talk is Cheap. Let's
If you want, I can interpret for you.
you could read his lips. You actually really could read his lips. All right. First, we got to check on Chewy again and see how Chewy's doing. Why don't we do that? Okay. We can. There's Chewy.
It would have been awesome if he wasn't there. Like, I saw movement. It would have been awesome if he was not there.
Please notice that if you see,
He's right behind you.
oh, he's right next to me. He has to be next to me every minute of the day, especially now since
You
COVID.
got actually 2 cameras. This is a great.
Oh yeah, this is a huge setup here at Talk is Cheap. We're really advancing, is what it is. Hopefully Frank can hear us better now. So we'll try to bring him back. We'll get rid of Chewy.
We don't have to clap again, do we?
No, I think he's already heard enough applause for the day. Hopefully he's okay. I don't know. I can see you, Frank. If you can hear me okay, give us a thumbs up. I don't know. I think he said hello, or what is that? What's the welcome? Oh, well, yeah, that's totally different.
Thank you, and you're welcome. It has nothing to do with hello.
All right. Let me see. All right, we're gonna bring him up. All right, Frank. How we doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right.
All right. It's better. It's definitely better.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, it's just crackling. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's a little crackle. I don't know. It sounds like you're reaching into a bag of potato chips.
Terrible.
Do you have any chips there with you?
I
Frank?
don't.
Okay. Because,
Where's
it's
Natasha? Where's Natasha? How is she not on with me?
I'm so sorry. Yeah, Natasha
She
left.
have to go?
Yeah, I'm sorry. But
That's
you know
all
what?
right.
Michelle is excited that you're here. She said, "Woohoo, it's Frank." And and Ted
I didn't get any woohoo.
Tom says the feds are monitoring you. That's what the noise is. That's hilarious. Oh my
The
gosh.
feds are jamming the transmission.
I guess that's what it is. Oh my gosh. Frank, we're so excited to have you here on Talk.
Yay! Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad. And you're in a car. Are you in are you in an inconspicuous spot? Is that what it is?
I'm in my parking spot where I park all the time.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't want to do it in my apartment because I have these other people that live there and they walk through and it would have been obnoxious. So the only place for me to be alone is in my car.
I totally get that, because the other day when we were doing the sound check, there was a guy that walked by without a shirt on. I may or may have not been married to him. I can't say for sure. But yeah, and it was a little crazy.
We thought that was Chewbacca. When he was talking about it.
Yeah, that wasn't Chewbacca. That was
It was like
that was just John. And he was cracking up at you, Mike Murray. He was cracking up. Oh my goodness.
Mike Murray, very funny man.
He is a funny
here's the kid. Here's the thing about Frank and his car. He like when he's worked on, we worked tons of times, and he's the most prompt comedian in the business. He's very professional. He will be at your show 2 to 3 hours early. Sitting there in the car.
I've been in this car since 4 o'clock.
Like, yeah, and I'm like, I don't know. Is he dead? Is he dead? Is he eating a sandwich?
I'm there before the staff shows up. The staff's looking at me going, "There's a weirdo in the parking lot." People call the police on me all the time. I swear to God. I was once a woman came out. She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Excuse me." She goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm waiting for the show to start." She goes, "Oh, see those kids over there waiting for the bus? They were pointing over here thinking you were weird." I'm one of the comedians in the show. She goes, "The show doesn't start for 3 hours." I than I know, but I'm here.
I think Mike Donovan is notorious for showing up early. Like he's like 4 or 5 hours early. You get a call from the venue saying, "Hey, one of the comedians is here," and he's like, he'll be there the day before or something like. He's at the venue 4 to 5 hours before the show. True.
Did you guys hear me?
I can hear you. It's crackly still. I still think you're eating something.
No, I don't know what that is. It's been doing that. It was fine for like the first half hour.
It's probably because you have Metro PCS. You have Metro PCS.
Like who's your? Oh my gosh!
You gotta pay your bills.
I realized I was doing comedy. I was doing comedy when you guys were in the 5th grade.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm 62.
I'm not going to tell you how old I am.
I started in 1981. 1981, I started.
Yeah, I was in.
Where were you in 1985?
Where was who?
Both of you. Where were you in 1985?
I was working. I was working and I was bartending actually. Hey, you know what? Somebody said, John said, he said he thinks the noises are coming from his trunk.
I got stuff rattling around in my trunk. That's exactly right.
Is somebody in that trunk?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Hey,
oh my
Frank,
God.
quick question, Frank, that John just brought up. Now, you were on The Sopranos, I think, like, what, 18 episodes, 16, 18 episodes? How many episodes?
He doesn't want to answer that.
I think the answer is 0. How many episodes were you on The Sopranos?
Oh, now we can't hear him at all. We can't hear you at all. No. All right, you're going to have to leave again. We're going to have to try to get you back. All right. Just try to come back.
16 episodes.
Oh, wait. You heard him. We heard him.
And so you are on 16 episodes, and most of them you got beat up.
Yeah.
Now, my question to you is, it's such a popular show. You are people don't understand how great a comedian you are. And I think do you get this a lot when you're at the show? People probably say, I'm guessing, I bought the ticket to the comedy show just to see Georgie. I didn't realize how funny you actually were. Do you get that?
Yeah, I get that all the time. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so it's really amazing because the first time I saw you, like, that's exactly what I was thinking. All right, this guy's just getting gigs because he was on The Sopranos. But how many years were you doing comedy? So, like, since 81, The Sopranos didn't come out till when?
98.
So all those years, right?
18
You were
years,
doing
about
stand-up
18
comedy
years,
and a headliner in your own right, already national.
Yeah.
Now, how did you get the gig on Sopranos?
Well, we went to New York. We would go to audition for stuff in New York, and then they would say they need a hockey player or something for HBO, and all of us would run down there in hockey jerseys, and we'd black out our teeth, and you know what I mean? Me and Kevin Knox and all of us. So there was auditions happening in New York all the time. But what I got was a manager and an agent. And then those guys put you up for things. You know, they look through the stuff and they say, okay, who's the bouncer out of all of us? Who would be the bouncer? You'd be in second place, Mike. I'm first because I look like a bouncer. No, I'm being serious. It's a visual medium first.
Yeah.
So you have to look the part. So they said they were looking for a bartender / bouncer on The Sopranos. So right away, I'm perfect for it. Now, can I say the lines right? That's a whole nother thing. And they give you the lines to read in front of people. So I went up for this thing, man, and nobody knew what it was. You know, they knew it was called The Sopranos. They knew James Gandolfini was in it and a few things. But anybody who said that they knew it was going to be huge is lying. It was just nothing. I did the audition and I went home. And a week later, they called me. And then I ended up only supposed to be 1 day. How's that grab you? I was a day player.
Wow.
I got hired to do 1 day. And this is show business. If you're easy to work with and you know what you're doing and you know your lines and you don't mess up and cause them delays or anything like that, they'll hire you again. So when I went in, when I was done, they put these huge tattoos on me. And when I left, David Chase came in and said, take pictures of those tattoos. And the girl at the makeup table went, oh my God, this is huge. I said, why? And she goes, it means you're coming back.
Wow.
So they hired me 1 episode at a time. I never had a contract, but they would just call me up like the mob and go, you're in the next episode.
That had to be amazing.
Yeah. And so 16 times they called me and I went down there, shot the show, put the big tattoos on, and the rest is history. Yeah. So other stuff came in, Law and Order and things like that. And yeah, I had to go to LA and New York to audition for those things. Yeah. You guys hear me?
No, it's really cool because my hometown of Johnston, which I booked you for a few times, is 99.9%, like COVID, of Italians. So it was probably the easiest show I ever had to book because all I had to mention was the Soprano, and you had such a good time. I think you were like only the third show we had at that venue. It was at the Brood Awakenings. Remember, it was so much fun. Everybody had a blast, and it's just so cool.
Great show.
But we have a good time. Every time we work together, we have a blast.
Absolutely.
And when I see you in the lineup, I know it's going to be a good time. And I know if I want to hang out with you to get up there 4 hours early. And but,
yeah, we were there early. Like I did the show. It was the first time we met. I did the show with Miss Albanese, right? And
Albanese, yep.
was there early.
Absolutely.
Yep. And so and as far as comedy goes, we will round this corner and we'll be back. We'll be back stronger than ever. And
I think so.
I can't wait to share the stage with you again.
No, me too, man.
Yeah, we'll be back.
No
Absolutely.
kidding. All right, you guys. This is one of my favorite times of this whole show. Okay. I don't know if you know this, Frank, but we on Talk is Cheap. We play games here because I have to. All right. So it's a segment we call You've Got Game. And today's game is called, put it up, Alex. Ready? It's real time. That's right. It's real time. So what we're going to do, I'll give you an example. We're going to show you a scene from a show or movie, mostly movies, but we'll give you an example. So, you know what this is from? Anybody? What? Do you know what
that's from? Goodfellas. Goodfellas.
Mike, you have a guess, Mike?
That's the Flintstones.
You know the guy in the middle? His name is Arthur Nascarola. He's like the nicest guy in the world, and he's in Billions. The new show Billions on Showtime.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I love that
Guess
show.
what he plays? Guess what
Love
he plays?
that show.
He plays a pizza shop owner,
Oh,
which is a huge stretch for him. You know, 'cause he's playing like an Italian guy.
Great character, the pizza owner. Yep. And yep.
All right.
He's a wonderful guy
Wanted
and
to buy
everything.
a pizza place. Yep.
Since we didn't do a coin toss because of the shortage and all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask my producer here, Alex, who will never be seen on camera because it's in his contract. Alex, give me a number between 1 and 5. Okay, I've got the number. I've written it down, and I've got it right here on this piece of paper. Frank, why don't you go first? You get the guess. 1 to
4.
5. 4. Mike?
3.
3. The number is 2. So, Mike Murray, you get the choice to pass or play. Do you want to pass or play?
So how do we play? I just got to name the show.
You have to, we're going to put up a scene from a movie, and you have to guess the movie. If you guess it, you get a point, and if you don't, Frank gets to guess.
Frank's gonna kill me in this because I just started watching movies a few years ago when I got my hearing. But let's try it.
All right, let's try it. Ready? All right, Alex. Go ahead. What is it?
Oh, that's the Joker.
And what's the name of the movie?
The Joker. Batman Begins.
No, that's the right noise. All right, Frank, do you want to guess?
It's not the Joker?
Nope.
Is that what? No. Batman.
That's what I said. I think this is a trick one.
It is The Dark Knight.
Oh.
It is The Dark Knight.
I was right. Batman.
You were right, but you didn't say The Dark Knight.
I said The Dark Knight, and nobody heard me.
No. All right, Frank.
I said Batman. Clearly, I was correct.
I know, but the name of the movie is The Dark Knight. Okay.
It's called Batman, The Dark Knight.
He's getting us on technicality.
All right. You know what? I'll ask my
score is 0-0.
What is it? No? Does he get Batman?
No, it's
he
0-0.
He does not get it. Even don't hurt my producer, please. All right. We know that you're. All right. Ready? All right. So no, we're both wrong. All right. Ready, Frank?
Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
All right. I'm ready.
All right. Do you know what that's?
Come on. You kidding, right? Back to the Future.
Back to the Future is correct. Frank gets a point. All right. Are you ready for the next one? Come on, Mike Murray. You're going to get this. Ready?
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas is correct. The score is tied 1-1. We have a game here. Oh, see? Michelle knew that. There is a delay. And she also knew Back to the Future. All right. All right. Let's see. Frank is up. Ready? Put him up, Alex.
Ooh.
Whoa. Dirty Harry.
Dirty Harry is correct.
Wait, timeout.
Why timeout?
You said Dirty Harry, correct?
Yeah.
Dirty Harry was the character. Was that the name of the movie, too?
What's the name of the movie?
In your face. In your face.
All right. Ready, Mike Murray?
I'm ready. Let's go.
It's an oldie.
Come on. Let's hit me. Oh.
Frank knows it, Mike Murray.
Of course, because he's 100 years old.
This is
I'm going to say,
movie.
I think that is Humphrey Bogart in the background. I'm going to say Casablanca.
And Casablanca is correct. It's a tie score.
You know, Mike.
That was a straight up guess.
That was a good guess.
You know, Mike, one time Henny Youngman was working and some roast. And Henny Youngman said to Jeff Ross, "Hey, you're pretty funny. How come I never heard of you?" And Jeff Ross looked at him and said, "Because you're 100. Because you're 100 years old. That's why you never heard of me."
Hey, Janine got that one. Tom got that one. They all got that one. All right. Oh,
He
Michelle.
said, Henny's so old. Henny's so old. His SAG number is 11.
That's fucking funny. All right. You ready, Frank? Frank's ready.
Yes.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is correct.
Ooh, I would have been stumped on that one.
You would have.
I would have been stumped. What's
All
the
right.
score? What's the score?
The score right now is 3-2, and Frank's in the lead. You guys know what you're playing for? Oh my God!
What are we playing for?
Ready? You guys, you are praying for the very coveted Rhonda Corey Comedy Hand Sanitizer, 100% clean.
How about a gift certificate? How about a gift certificate to Starbucks?
This is valued at $5,500.
I'll take a cup of coffee from Starbucks, man.
Hey,
But you need clean hands.
that's the actual size too, Frank.
It is the actual size. That's right.
All right. What's the
All
next
right.
one?
All right.
Okay, I'm
Oh
ready.
wait, Michelle thought that was hilarious. The SAG number was number 11, by the way. So I just wanted to let you know that. All right. So Mike Murray is up. Am I correct? All right, Mike Murray. Here we go. Alex.
Oh my God. One of my favorite movies of all time. I tell everybody, one of the greatest movies ever. Here's why. No chicks, everybody dies. No heroes. It was amazing. Reservoir Dogs, Quentin Tarantino's first movie.
Reservoir Dogs is
Great movie. You know what was good? You know what my favorite part in that movie is really, it's kind of crazy. The song "Stuck in the Middle with You" is being played when he cut it, and all I think of is Reservoir Dogs when that song comes on, and it's just really cool. And the cool thing is Tarantino was still living at home when he put that movie together. It's just amazing. And the cool thing about Tarantino is he revitalized so many careers. So people who were on there, like they were done, and we would put them on a movie and bring them back. And I just like the whole style of Tarantino.
You know, Lawrence Tierney is in that movie. His name is Lawrence Tierney. He's the one that says, "What do you mean you don't tip?" He plays Elaine's father on Seinfeld.
Oh,
He was a big star. He was a big star in the 50s. In the 50s, his name is Lawrence Tierney. Well, guess what he was? He was a complete insane, punching cops, getting into fights in bars, arrested. He really is that crazy, intimidating guy in real life.
Wow.
That's why they hired him on Seinfeld, and that's why Tarantino hired him for that movie. They show pictures of him in 1955, bloodied and beaten by policemen after fighting in a bar. Oh yeah, he was a crazy movie star in the 50s. Lawrence Tierney.
Hey, before I forget, Frank, there was a recent reunion of all the Sopranos cast. In New York? Did you go to that?
Yes.
How was it?
Sopranos Con. Sopranos Con. It was in Jersey. It was great. Everyone was there.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really like 15,000 people showed up.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah.
No kidding. It was great. We sold pictures. We shook hands with thousands and thousands of people right when the COVID hit. Right at the end of that. Right. Yeah, it was amazing. They would not have been able to do it.
Right. It must have been something, and I'm sure you.
It was amazing. Everyone was there. All these people from the show that I hadn't seen in 10 years.
Yeah.
It was really nice to see everybody.
Was that how long ago it was on, Frank? It was on 10 years ago?
It was off the air in 2008. Wow. 2008 was the last year it was on the air. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I know. And then Gandolfini died 5 years ago. I think 5-6 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's been, I can't believe it's been that long.
I know.
5 years.
How was he? How was he to work with?
He was great. He was wonderful, very warm, very, very nice guy.
Yeah. I'll be watching a movie. I'll be watching a movie. It'll be a random movie, and I'll see him, and I'm like, it's just really, really cool. Before he hit the Sopranos and became
absolutely, he was so nice. He was just a regular guy from Jersey.
Now you're a tall guy.
Right,
you're a tall dude. How tall are you?
What's that?
How tall are you?
I'm 6'2" and a half in bare feet.
How?
6'2" and a half in bare feet.
And how tall was James?
He wasn't 6 feet tall. I could have easily knocked the crap out of him.
But he was like larger. So that's one of the secrets of Hollywood. They make it like where like guys like Arnold Schwarzenegger, very short, Robert De Niro, very short dude, but they have this larger than life persona and on film. So
Well,
they
it was
probably
perfect because
they
I
didn't put
wasn't
you
allowed
guys
to
together.
touch him. You know, he was a made guy, so I couldn't touch him. He could beat me up, and I couldn't do anything. You know what I mean? And I didn't. You know, every time he beat me up, I just cowered. There was no fighting back.
Yeah,
Because if you fight back, you're alligator meat the next
of
day.
course. Yeah, and you know, and it's pretty cool because on stage you talk about how you get beat up all the time on the show and everything, and it just adds to your act, and it just makes it so
Sure,
cool. But
absolutely.
like I said in the beginning, what is probably truly a treat for everybody going to the show is actually finding out that you're hysterical.
Yeah.
And so if anybody out there follow Frank one way or the other, if you see him on a show, go to the show. You won't be disappointed. And here's the cool thing about Frank.
Thanks, man.
He
Thank you
spends
so much.
time
Yeah.
at the end of the show to take pictures, talk, never gets upset, shakes hands, and just has a good time with everybody. And I think that's what separates it. And I do the same thing. Rhonda, we all were approachable, and the people who go watch comedy shows, they don't get that often. So you make them feel special. Right. So it's pretty cool to watch you work behind the scenes.
Hey, we got a question. They want Michelle wants to know if you had a stunt double all those meetings.
You know, they asked.
Good question.
They asked me, "Do you want a stunt double?" The union was hanging around because of how much sort of violence that went on and me getting knocked down. So they asked me if I wanted one, and I said no. And what that did was it increased my pay because now I got stunt pay.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say that.
So I got like $1,000 more.
That's
by
awesome.
doing my own stunt. Oh, and wearing my own shoes.
Really?
You get paid. The union makes sure you get like $75 if you wear any of your own clothing. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
And so yeah, I brought these big clod hoppers. They go, "Oh, we like those."
I would have had like 3 shirts on, 2 hats.
Well, Law and Order. I was on Law and Order, and I did an audition in a really ugly Hawaiian shirt. Not like this one. But the woman
Not
said,
pretty like that.
The woman said, "You know that really ugly Hawaiian shirt you auditioned in?" I said, "Yes." She goes, "Bring it. We like it. We think you're going to wear that on the show."
Hey,
so when you see me on Law and Order Criminal Intent,
that's like the worst compliment, but you made money on it.
That's awesome.
You got horrible tasting clothes, but bring them in, and we're going to give you an extra 75.
Bring that ugly Hawaiian shirt in, the one you were wearing. I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Bring it." And I wore it on the episode with Vincent D'Onofrio. I'm in the episode with him.
I had no idea that. I did know that, like, when you fill out the applications on your file and acting and all that, they want to know what kind of car you're driving and all that stuff because it might put you on the show. So especially if it's a timepiece, like let's say you got like it's Chevy El Camino. I mean, and they were doing the 80s or something like that. You're gonna put it in the thing and you make some money. But Michael,
so they asked me if I wanted a stunt double. They did ask me that. I said no. I said no. And they said, "Okay, well, you're going to get extra money then." I said, "Okay."
You're like, "All right, I'll take it."
Yeah, I know.
All right, I got one question for you, and then we'll get back to the game real quick. Did you ever take any acting lessons at all?
Yes. I studied at Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. For 2 years, I was in the professional actor training program. And then I went to New York, and I did a few acting classes here and there. Just people in the restaurants that I worked with as a waiter, their groups, nobody to speak. No, I didn't study anywhere big like HB Studios or what's his name? The guy that played Hyman Roth in The Godfather. I can't think of his name now. He's an acting coach who taught all of Marlon Brando and everybody. Lee Strasberg. His name is Lee Strasberg. He's a tiny little diminutive man from New York who taught everybody. Brando, Dennis Hopper, Nicholson, all of them went to him. And he's in The Godfather Part 2. He plays Hyman Roth. It's him. And he's like 110 pounds. And he's little. And he's the greatest acting teacher of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, no, I didn't study with anybody big, but I did take acting lessons. Absolutely.
That's cool. All right, we got one more question. And then when did you know you wanted to be a comedian? Natasha.
Yeah, that was I started in 81 at the Cleveland Comedy Club. Friends of mine were telling me, you should be a comedian my whole life. And I was like, I want to be an actor. I thought I wanted to be the next Robert De Niro. And then I watched, when I went to the theater, when I went to study theater, I saw guys that were so much better than me and so much more serious than me in the acting world, in the theater, with the stage makeup. Are you there? Did I lose you guys?
Yeah. No, we can hear you.
What the hell?
Oh, wait, we can hear you.
Ah, man. But anyway, I studied, when I studied theater, it scared me because I saw people that were unbelievable and reading plays and Shakespeare and all that. And then I made a left turn into stand-up comedy. And I was already funny. I mean, I'm not kidding. I was already a comedian. So when I went up one of the first times, I won the $50 at the Cleveland Comedy Club. And Drew Carey was there.
Wow.
How's that grab you?
And $50 in 1981. That's like $1 million today.
I know. $50, man. I won $50. They wouldn't cash the check at the bank because they weren't sure it was a real place. It said Cleveland Comedy Club on it, and they wouldn't cash it. I swear to God.
Funny. Oh my gosh. All right,
I started around it. I started right then. I started working at that club, and I emceed for everybody. Tim Allen, Roseanne Barr, you name it. I emceed for all these people. They see me now and they go, "Oh my God, the Cleveland Comedy Club," and I go, "Yes, yeah." Bill Kirkenbauer, all these great comedians. Rita Rudner. George Wallace.
Oh, I love Rita Rudner.
Rita Rudner's a riot. She's so nice. I opened for her at Caroline's.
I love her.
I made a left turn into stand-up comedy because the theater and the acting thing was too disciplined. It was incredible. You know what I mean? Because the theater is really where a lot of these people start. Robert Duvall. Before he was in The Godfather, theater. Pacino, theater. That was their thing, was doing one-man plays and Moon for the Misbegotten and, all the classics. Dustin Hoffman, when he was young, he played in Death of a Salesman. Was 23. Mm-hmm. He was 23, and he's makeup like a 65-year-old man. So, yeah, they all came from the theater. And I thought I wanted to be an actor. And I'm serious. I went to this little tiny theater school, and I saw guys with the makeup and the putty, and they were, like, unbelievable. And I wasn't – it scared me. Yeah. And so I took off and went back to Cleveland and started doing stand-up comedy.
It's cool because you're right. When stand-up comedy, you're on your own. You're up there. You don't have to worry about it. There's no supporting. It's you. It's you and them. That's it.
Right.
It's like a boxer. You're like a boxer.
I've been the star.
And how much training you put into yourself.
The producer, the director, the writer, the costume designer of my own one-man show for 30 years. My daughters go, "You're wearing that on stage?" I go, "Yeah." "What do you mean?" And I go, "I've been the fashion coordinator for my own one-man show for 30 years. You think you're going to come in and tell me not to wear Hawaiian shirts now?" My daughter's like, "You can't wear Hawaiian shirts." I go, "Oh, no, it's over."
It's your thing. It's your thing.
Absolutely.
People would be disappointed. All right, we're gonna do one more because we are running so late, but it's been awesome.
All right,
so
we got to do one more game show.
One more to see who, because we're tied right now. All right, Alex,
turn?
whatever you want, put it up. It's who's
Who's
up
this
right
going
now?
to?
I think
Who's
it's
it
my
going
turn.
to?
This is going to Frank. Yep, Frank.
Okay. Oh.
Come
All
on.
right. That's an
Jaws
easy one.
2.
Is it Jaws? You
Jaws.
think it's Jaws? Jaws. He knows what it is.
You guys know Al Ducharme?
You know what this has been like?
Of the
This whole episode.
100% clean comedy hand sanitizer valued at $5,500. Frank, you are the big, huge winner. My gosh. Oh my gosh. The crowd is going wild.
Hey, Rhonda. This whole episode with Frank, watching Frank with the delay, it was like a Chinese martial arts movie.
It's been fun. The crowd
But Frank playing the part of a sumo wrestler instead.
Hey, let's check in on the Chewy cam. Oh, look at Chewy is missing.
Chewy's gone.
Yeah, Chewy's gone. Chewy's gone. And I'll tell you why. My husband went and got something to eat, and Chewy got very confused. Anyway, all right, we're going to see who is on next week's show. Alex, Corey, put it up. On next week, we have the very funny Andrea Caspari as my co-host, and our featured comedian is Dina O'Hara, and coming back is the amazing massage therapist Karen Kwan is back. Oh my goodness, so fun. All right, you guys.
Well, thanks for having me, you guys.
Thank you so much, Frank. That was great. I'd love to have you back on. Mike Murray,
absolutely.
Mike
Great
Murray.
buddy.
Thank you guys so much.
All right, guys, I love you.
Rhonda Show. Love you guys. We'll
Bye.
see you. Okay, episode 33 is out.